Hey, I'm here. That's right, I'm here. Y'all see me. It's the Lisper Podcast. And once again, it's your host, the boy Tyrone, known as the Lisper on TikTok, known as the Lisper on the Starting Five Podcast, known as the Lisper on the Wrestling Podcast. But my real name for you people that have been here is Tyrone. For you people that haven't been here, my real name is Tyrone. I also have the co-host, the new co-host. He's the co-host's cousin, but the old co-host quit, but he's the new co-host, and he's about to put in his final contribution to the episode. He's like a producer in the background. He don't really host. He helps me host, but he don't say nothing, but he contributes like a motherfucker. But this is his last one for the day. This is his last contribution for today, as y'all can see. But thank you, co-host. Love you, son. He ain't my son. You know what I mean. I son his ass all the time. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. Today I'm back and I'm doing it. That's right. Another episode of now what I would like to call a series. Like I would like to call it a volume. And hold on, because I don't have my other mic. I forgot something. And I gotta get my other. Okay, there we go. Now there it is. The mic is. I forgot my mic. Y'all see that shit? But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I started this thing called Dangerous Dummies about the job that I do, piledriving. And I started it because every time I tell people that I'm a piledriver, they go, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on? How the fuck do you fucking fuck?" And they don't understand it. And then I tell them I'm a dock builder, and they go, "Oh, can you build my dock in the back of my house?" That's a deck, bitch. That's not a dock. That's a fucking deck. Did I say deck builder or dock builder? I was confused in the motherfucker. But I did this to let people know the kind of job that I do that is dangerous and the kind of people that I work with and how it is dangerous. We could die. Okay, we can get hurt. There's been some serious injuries. There's been some people that unfortunately have passed away, and so I'm not making light of the danger. But when it's fun, it's fun. And some of the shit is funny. It's like I related to, I told my friend, I said, listen, man, when you see an old lady fall down the steps, not funny. Not funny because she could get hurt. She could possibly die. You know, she's an old lady, she's falling down the steps. But if she's okay, she didn't get hurt, she didn't die, nothing was wrong with it, then you can laugh a little bit, right? You can laugh a little bit. And some of the laughter is nervous laughter. Some of the laughter is like, oh shit, that almost went bang. So we laugh at it, but it's not a laughter like, oh, that was funny. It's a laughter like, oh, we're so happy, like, you got lucky there, boy. You know what I mean? So it's like you take the good with the bad, and it's like when we survive a situation that might have otherwise fucked us up, it it makes for a good situation. So we can make light of those things. And like I said, I'm not going to name names because this is not to embarrass folks. This is not to make somebody feel some type of way about their job. This is not to make people think like they're not good at what they do. I don't give a fuck. But this is just to let you people know that some of this shit is fun, some of the shit is funny, some of the people out here, we definitely have characters out here. And I just want y'all to know that just something about it. You know what I mean? So here we go. I've given the disclaimer, and now let's get into it. Before I get into it, though, I would like to say that I have embraced the women in the power driving thing, and it's not because I'm perverted. It's not because I'm that dude. It's just like I like women because I'm a man. And I like women, and I've embraced all the power driving women that have come in here. And Lauren's beautiful, and she got married, she got a baby now. And Angela, I work with Angela, and that's my boo thing, that's my baby mama. Not work wife. I don't do the work wife shit. I don't play them games, but that's my baby mama. You know, I mean, like, because my son Drew. It's a long story. We don't gotta go into it, but I embrace Angela. I embrace Destiny, right? And Destiny's funny because I mentioned that the power bitches, and I didn't make that up. Destiny came to me and I was like, yeah, y'all all got sick with me, y'all, my girls, whatever. She's like, yeah, we the power bitches, and I was just like, power bitches works. Power bitches fucking works. So if y'all ever hear me refer to them as power bitches, just know it's not disrespect. It's a term of endearment, and it also wasn't brought. I didn't make it. I didn't do it. So look, I'll refer you to her. I can say her name because she's not involved in any of the real shit. So I'm just saying, I'm saying their names because this is a shout out for them. This is not part of the whole dangerous dummy situation. So shout out to my pal bitches. We got a new one, Casey. I'm putting you in the two. You in? You one of them. So that's just a shout out right there, and we're gonna leave that at that. Now let's get to this one. was at this job, and there was people there that I knew that I didn't know. You know what I mean? But it was cool. Everything was cool. I had one of my bestest homies in the local on this job. One of my bestest friends on this job. And he been featured in every episode or volume or whatever you want to call it, the Dangerous Dummies, because he ain't right in the head. He a little, little slow, little whatever y'all want to say. Something wrong with this motherfucker, but I love him. That's my man's in them. And he was here, right? And so we was working this job for a while, and this one guy, we needed a replacement dude, and we needed a guy to come in and work with us. And this one kid came in, and he came up to the safety meeting. We had the little safety meeting, and then we all went to work like we normally do. We had the safety meeting, we go to work like we normally do. And the one kid that came in to replace the other kid didn't show up when we got out to the job site. When we got out to the actual work area, he wasn't there. And I said, wait, and I'm the boss now at this point. You know, I'm kind of bossing up. And I'm like, you know, where the fuck is this motherfucker out? Where is he at? He's not out here. He's supposed to be out here. What happened to him? Blah, blah, blah. And the supervision comes out and he goes, hey, that kid left. Yeah, that guy, he left the job. He pulled after the safety meeting, he got back in his car, he pulled off, the motherfucker went home. One home. Ain't been there. He been there for the safety meeting for about 10 minutes. He been on the job and he already quit and got the fuck on out of there. And I'm like, well, what happened? What happened, right? And I'm like, what happened? And they said, oh, he refused to work with the other person, with my homie. He said he refused to work with my homie. And so my homie is the type of person that always pokes the bear, always fucking with people, always joking, making these jokey jokes, playing around, fucking with people's emotions and shit, getting people emotional. We're gonna get into that later. But he said some shit. And he always doing some shit. He's an irritating little motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, right? So I was so happy when I was like, damn, this kid didn't even last 5 minutes. He had to get the fuck away from you. He know how you get there. I'm like, I was so happy. I went on Facebook immediately and was like, what kind of asshole do you have to be to make a guy quit the job in the first 5 minutes of the job? I was dogging him out. You was a piece of shit. You a piece of shit. You made this kid quit. You was a piece of shit. So then I called the big boss. Got on the phone with him, said, hey, listen here. And I'm laughing. I'm basking in my motherfucking glory. I'm like, yes, I got this little weasel, little rat bastard motherfucker here. I got him. I called up the people. I said, hey, listen. The boy you sent here, he quit. He left. He fucked up. And then he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, you know it. Ain't that fucked up? Your man made this motherfucker quit right a fucking way. And I'm laughing, basking my glory. And then he said, no, it was you. And I was like, what? What are you saying? What's going on? It's like, oh no, he mentioned you as well. He said he's not working with him, and he's definitely not working with you, Neil. Now I admit I had an incident with him on another job, but I thought, you know, we supposed to be grown men. I thought that was over, but apparently not. Apparently not. Nope. I was part of the report. This motherfucker went back and saw the report. And I was part of the report that, yeah, he can't work with me. I don't care. I don't like him no fucking way. You know what I mean? I don't like that motherfucker no way. But, you know, humble pie, you know what I'm saying? Crow sandwich. I ate that shit. I had to go back and tell these motherfuckers, yeah, it was me too. You know, I was embarrassed. Like, damn, I thought I had this asshole, and here it is. I'm an asshole too. So that was funny. That was fucked up. Speaking of this same asshole, so he's on this job, and he doesn't know how to, let me say, let shit go. He's one of those motherfuckers that'll pick you, poke you, just stroke you, do all kinds of crazy shit to you. And then if you let him in, you let him get inside your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit, you let him get inside of your feelings, this motherfucker will. And he's like, go, Power Rangers, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he's little. He's little. He's like a Mighty Mouse, you know what I'm saying? He's little as shit. And you just be like, yo, this little motherfucker don't got enough balls to be talking to me like that. But me and him cool because he know I'll fuck him up. He know I will whoop his fucking ass. He don't play with me like that. Like, no, he do. He fuck with me too. Like, I fuck with him too, though. But we got a camaraderie, you know what I mean? It ain't that deep because I know my feelings is left at the door. I don't give a fuck. I talk a lot of shit, so I can't be out here with a fucking thin skin, you know what I mean? So I'm not no bitch. So I don't worry about him. Me and him is cool, but certain people do. And he had these two motherfuckers on this job. Flustered, bombusted. I mean, flustered to the point that he had one of these motherfuckers in the machine with me. He's in the machine with me, and we going up, and this motherfucker is shaking the fucking machine. He's got his arms on the side of the machine, and he's shaking. He's like Ultimate Warrior, shaking the shit out the fucking thing, and we going in the air. I said, motherfucker, stop shaking this shit. Is you trying to fucking kill us or what? What the fuck is wrong with you, boy? The fuck is you doing, right? He goes, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm just so motherfucking mad. You motherfucking mad at what? Yo, your boy, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm so fucking mad, man. As soon as we get off work today, it's on site. As soon as we get off work, I'm going to the parking lot. I'm going to fuck that motherfucker up. That's what he said to me. Mm-hmm. He said it right to my face. He was going to beat my man's ass. And I said, I paused the machine. I stopped that motherfucker mid-flight. And I looked him right in his eyes, and he knew I was serious. I don't fuck around. Looked him right in his eyes. I said, listen up. Listen. No, the fuck you're not. And there's a lot of reasons why you don't want to do that. There's a lot of reasons why you don't want to do that. I said, first of all, you're just starting up your career. You're young. You're just starting out. This dude has been around for 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, right. I don't even understand it neither. Because we dangerous and he's dumb. So I thought, you know, even if he didn't get like kicked out or fired or something, he at least would have got like his type of dumb that I'm like, yo, how did you even survive? You know what I'm saying? But then I realized he don't be near to work. He don't be near to work that much to get hurt. It's like, no. But I'm just saying, I'm like, yeah, it was shocking to me too that he survived 20 years out here with his dumb ass. It's shocking to me too that he can talk shit about everybody else, and he's probably the stupidest person out here. And I can say that because me and him is friends. I can call him stupid. But you know, we think he's on the spectrum. There's talk about him being, you know, real for real, mentally cuckoo ka-choo. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about next. He got my nephew now, and I don't want to talk about him now. I don't want my nephew to grow up and be like my black uncle is a fucking asshole. But he gonna find out, but I don't want him to find out immediately. And I don't want him to be like, you know, don't talk about my daddy. So I'm gonna fall back a little bit. But anyway, I explained to him, I said, so if you do something to this dude, first of all, if you don't get kicked out, you're gonna this is gonna follow you for the rest of your career because you're big as shit, he's little as fuck. So first of all, you look like a bully. You look stupid with that situation. Second of all, even though he's a fucked up asshole, everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. He's friends with me. He's friends with everyone. So you're going to look kind of bad on that. Every job you go on, these motherfuckers are either going to tease you or some motherfuckers is going to do you dirty. Some motherfuckers is going to punish you for that. And number three, and the most important part, the part that made him look at me like, oh shit, was that you're not even going to succeed. Because when you get out that parking lot and you stand next to my man's vehicle, when I see you there and you still shaking, you still doing your Ultimate Warrior shit, me and that little motherfucker is going to beat the shit out of you. We're going to whoop on your ass something terrible. And he said, what, you going to help him? You fucking ain't right. That's my man's in him. Didn't I tell you that was my man? Didn't I tell you that was my homie? Didn't I tell you that you big as shit and he little as fuck? I told you all of those things, right? So what in the world makes you think I'm going to let you jump on him? I'm standing and watch. Now, mind you, I did tell him you're going to get one, though. You're going to get one because that motherfucker deserved to be hit. You know what I mean? That motherfucker deserves a good slapping or a good punch and a good, you know, a tooth missing. I'm going to let you knock a tooth out. But then we's going to beat your ass after that. So he fell back. He knew he didn't want to fuck with the kid. Well, I mean, he big. So he might have wanted to fuck with the kid, but he wasn't going to fuck with the kid and the other motherfucker. He wasn't taking us someone 2-on-1. He wasn't about that life. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he think I'm a thug life, so he probably thought, yeah, I mean, I was going to go get them things, but I use these. I use the hands and feet, but he ain't know that. He probably thought I had the thing in the car ready for him. You know what I mean? I was going to pop the trunk, which, you know, if I had to, I mean, I don't know. Like, the fuck? But I know he wasn't making it out of there unscathed. That was impossible. So he had to calm that shit down. He had to calm that shit down. And I'm not even mad at him because this motherfucker here will make you want to fuck him up. Speaking of that, right now, mind you, I already said that this motherfucker used to go up in the machine with me. So he went up in the machine with me every time. We went up, we did the thing, we come down. We go up, we do the thing, we come down. And then I took another motherfucker. Jump in here. Let me jump in here with me. Because I need that. This dude got to go. He got to get out. He got to go back down. He got to work the hoses. You know what I mean? Because the hoses are heavy. He's a big motherfucker. He got to work the hoses. So now I need you. You need to come and get up in here. And this motherfucker get in there and he go up with me. 35 pounds. We go up. Put the thing in. We go down. We put up. And then, so he's done it. Then I made the vital mistake of sending them two motherfuckers up together. Now, the one I said, you've been experienced, you've been in this basket with me, you should know what the fuck is going on. The other one, I said, hey, man, you know, you big, you strong, you've been up here with me, I've showed you 35 times, you should be able to do it too. So I sent them two up together. And boy, was it a big mistake. It was a big mistake. It was probably one of the worst mistakes in my career because the one motherfucker that I thought should know how to do it, that been in long enough that I said, hey, man, you should do this shit, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He played the assistant role to the motherfucker that been going up with me. And I was like, well, maybe he wants the young kid to learn something. Maybe he wants to get him some experience. Maybe this is a teaching moment. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. Because man, I'm in my head, I'm like, why would you let that motherfucker do it? He ain't experienced. He don't know what the fuck's going on or what the fuck he's doing. But maybe you wanted to teach him. I digress on that. I don't give a fuck. Get up there, get the shit done. So they're up there trying to get the shit done, and it's not getting done. It's not getting done at all. And I'm saying to them, what the fuck is going on up there? I need this shit done. Let's go with what's going on. And they can't even explain to me. Them two is both in that basket and can't explain to me why the shit's not working. And I'm down bottom and I'm trying to figure it out too, because I can look up and see what I'm looking up and seeing. I'm like, hey, man, this shit don't look right. Like, I'm giving instructions. I'm telling the operator, you know, all the instructions I need to get the operator to do what I think needs to be done. And them two motherfuckers is in that basket giving the operator opposite instructions from me. So I'm like, oh, well, let me mind my business. Because they're the ones who's up there. They're close to it. They can see it better than me. Let me mind my motherfucking business. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Handle y'all business. Y'all got it. You know what I mean? Do what y'all got to do. I turn around and the nitwit says, hey, he's back there screaming. He's back there, you know, screaming and trying to tell me stuff and trying to tell them stuff. And I'm just like, hey, what's going on? He's yelling and acting crazy, right? And you know, usually you don't pay attention to him because he's, you know, he could be digging, he could be talking some shit, he could be doing something wrong. But I looked at his face. And he wasn't joking. I looked at his face and he wasn't playing around. He wasn't fucking around. He was dead ass. So I was like, oh shit. Something's wrong. So then he goes to me, look at the block. And I'm like, I'm looking at the block. But I can see the block perfectly from where I'm at. He's back there looking at it from a different angle. And I'm like, okay, maybe he sees something I don't see. So I tell the motherfuckers that's up there, I say, hey, look at the block. Doc's saying, look at the block. Where's the block at? What the block's going on, Nate? We don't see the block. Now, y'all know, y'all might not know, but it's the block. If you can't see the block and you hooking up something, that's a problem. That's a real problem. So I'm like, y'all don't see the block. And because the thing is, okay, so a block is supposed to be straight up and down when you're hooking up something and it's supposed to be straight. So if you don't see the block, that means the block is not over top of what you're hooking up. And if you got to put something straight into something else straight and the block ain't over top of it, that means that motherfucker is crooked as hell, like not straight. And so I'm like, you don't see the block. So I'm like, y'all got to fix it. Y'all got to fix something. And the next thing I know, the sheet is inside of the basket with these two motherfuckers. And they in the basket going, they look like they's about to, you know, the upper room. And I can't help it. I'm like, you got to find a way. Y'all got to get that, either get that machine down or y'all got to do something. And so I'm just like telling the operator, boom up, get that shit out of there, get it out the way, do something, because these two motherfuckers don't know what to do. They in there, and woo, it was going buck wild crazy. And I ain't Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. I can't get up there. They about 30, 40 feet up. I'm like, there's no way for me to help you guys. And ultimately, no one got hurt. They came down. Everything was fine. But it was like, the fuck is going on? Problem is, I still had to continue to send them up there together because I couldn't go up there because I was the boss and I had to be downstairs. You know, I had to be down bottom to regulate the situation. So it was a little wild. It's a little wild. And then the one kid, right? So he gets on the hoses and he was big, you know. He's taller than me, bigger than me, a little husky, has some muscles in his arms, look like, right? And so his name is similar to the other kid's name. So it was getting confusing when we were trying to talk to one and the other one was answering. It was getting confusing. So I said, I'm gonna give you a nickname. I'm gonna just give you a nickname, and that's what I'm gonna call you so we don't have no confusion. So I call that motherfucker BFN. BFN. That was the name I gave him, BFN. He didn't catch on. But I'm gonna tell you now. So I watched him work. I watched him work them hoses. I watched him do everything that I watched him do, everything that I told him to do. I watched him swing a hammer. I watched everything that this kid was doing. And based on his skill set and his strength set, he was BFN, which stands for big for nothing. And that's what I called him. I called him big for nothing, man. You big for nothing. You big as shit, and it ain't helping you at all. The weight ain't helping you. The muscles ain't helping you. The height, the strength, nothing's helping you. You are big for the fuck no reason at all. Okay? And you were talking about fighting somebody, dude. Now I'm like, I don't even got to pop the trunk. I'm thinking maybe Doc might have whooped his ass by himself because my man had no strength, zero strength. And I don't care. He knows I call him BFN. He can say what he wants. You can't beat me, motherfucker. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to lose to you, bitch. Not bitch. He cool. He all right, kid. You know what I mean? I like him, but he was big for nothing. I mean, real big for nothing. Problem is, that big for nothing motherfucker caused probably one of the greatest moments in dock building history in my life. Okay, one of the greatest moments in dock building history in my life. Okay? So I wasn't the boss when we first got there. There was another boss, and he was the boss, and he was the foreman. I like him. I work with him now. I like this guy, but he's a hothead now. Listen, when this motherfucker goes off, you better be. Don't be around because he can say some shit. Me and him, we cool. But other motherfuckers, you know, I mean, he might say some shit to you, but he's a hothead, right? So he could pop off. So anyway, they brought in this other dude to be the boss over him, and we didn't like it. I didn't like it. I spoke out about it, but you know, he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep it cool, top bro. Don't worry about the shit. I'm gonna keep it cool." But then this motherfucker was fucking up, and the old boss was watching the new boss fuck shit up, and so it got to the point where it was almost time where he couldn't take it no more, and this guy gave a fucked up signal. Yeah, fucked up signal like, okay, so we do a signal to open the hammer, close the hammer, something that we use, open the hammer, close the hammer. And he did the open the hammer, but he did it like in a weird way, like he was like his hand was not right. And that motherfucker said, "What are you doing? You hold the fucking hot dog?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, a hot dog. He's giving the hot dog signal. What's the hot dog signal?" And I'm cracking the fuck up, but here's the thing. So when he gave the wrong signal, he gave it like a hot dog signal or whatever. My man didn't close the hammer, so the hammer started leaning over, falling over. Now this thing weighs thousands and thousands of motherfucking pounds. And guess what Big for Nothing's going to do? Big for Nothing tried to catch that shit. Big for Nothing went under there and said, "I got it." He tried to catch that motherfucker from fall tipping over. I said, Lord have mercy on his soul. And the thing is, he was on a barge, which is a platform that sits in water. So he was gonna go down for real. He was about to be taking a swim, making my way downtown. He's about to be making his way down to the riverside. So I don't know what the fuck. And when my man saw that, he was like, "That's it. This motherfucker's gonna kill somebody. I'm not gonna be a part of it." He stormed away. And the thing is, the big bosses was there, and they white hard hats standing around the little powwow, and he walked right up to him. He said, "That dumb motherfucker gonna kill some fucking body, and I ain't gonna be a part of it. I won't stand for it." And he stormed off. He was gone. That was it. That was the last I heard of him on that job. He was like, "I'm fucking out of here. This shit crazy." And it was crazy. I mean, Big for Nothing, dude. Why would you think that you were Superman? You ain't even a regular human. You don't even have regular human strength. And you thought you was going to fucking superhumanly catch that fucking hammer. Like, dude, that shit was wild and the motherfucking. I was just like, hey, I was living it up because you had your best man up top. Why you had your best man up top not doing no work and you had all the nitwits and the big for nothings and the dum dums down there? You know what I mean? Like, the fuck is wrong with you? That shows me already that you don't know how to boss this shit up because you had me up top. Your best guy you had up top doing nothing? Yeah, that was funny as fuck. But I was sitting back. I was sitting back relaxed till I had to run the shit. Once I became the boss, I was like, oh man, this is not what I asked for. This is not what I wanted. Must be the money. Now the money ain't even worth that shit, bro. The money's not worth that shit. Not with these motherfuckers here. Now we had this one motherfucker, right? Let me tell you this, right? This is the funny part of the story, and then we're going to the second half. So this motherfucker was a carpenter, and we didn't have enough power drivers to man the job, so we brought a carpenter in, and the carpenter worked there, and the carpenter was cool. He was a cool old carpenter dude, right? And then he said, hey, I work with this guy, that guy. And we like, hey, we got a guy in our local that's related to to the guys you're talking about. He's a power driver with us. He's related to the guys you're talking about. His dad is such and such. His brother is such and such. And my man said, his brother's a fucking piece of shit. I don't like his fucking brother. Fuck him. He talked mad shit about his brother. And then guess what? The same dude we was talking about ended up on that job. And we saw him. And my man, the troublemaker motherfucker, introduced the kid to the carpenter. Hey, this is this is I almost said his name, but this is him, and this is him, and you know his brother and his dad brother, and he's like, oh, you know my brother? I said, yo, why would you do that? Why would you tell him that this man knows his brother? Why would you do that when you know he don't like the brother? He said brother's piece of shit. You know, but I thought maybe we was gonna keep it cool. But nope. As soon as he said, you know my brother? Yeah, your brother's a fucking piece of shit. I was like, oh, it came right out. Your brother's a piece of shit. Fuck your brother. And if you don't like it, fuck you too. This old motherfucker was about. He stood on business, didn't he? He stood on business. But I was just like, yo, this is crazy. That shit was wild. But I knew it. I said, troublemaker and started some more trouble. Like, why would you do that? You could have introduced them. Like, you didn't even have to introduce them. They wasn't even in the same gang. They wasn't even part of the same group. So you didn't even have to introduce them. But you was starting trouble, but that's what he does. That's what he does. He stirs that pot the fuck up. My man be making some soup, beef stew, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that was pretty funny. And yeah, so I want to get this job got too much because this job then took up half of the motherfucking episode. But I got let me see how much more things I got about this job. Okay, so I'm only gonna go with two more things. Two more things I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with two more things about this fucking job. Two more, just two more. And the first thing is this, right? So the first thing is this. So I tell motherfuckers all the time. I tell motherfuckers all the time. Don't bring your personal tools to work. Don't bring your personal shit to work. If you got personal tools, leave them motherfuckers home. If they're your house tools, leave them home. Only bring the tools that to work that you're willing to work with because we lose tools, motherfuckers steal tools, tools get broken, and I don't want you to be like, yo, this was my shit from my house. Don't bring your tools to work. This motherfucker here goes and buys a tool set. Okay? The boss that wasn't bossing, that became the boss, that still wasn't bossing after he became the boss, he went out and bought this whole tool set, $300 and something motherfucking dollars. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. And he bought it. He said, oh, that's cool. They're going to reimburse me for it. I said, okay. All right. So he went, he said he turned in his receipts, said he turned in his reimbursement receipts. It was going to be $300 some dollars. He said he was going to get his money back. I was like, all right, cool. Then one morning he went there to try to get his money back. Said, I turned in my receipts. Whatever he did, I don't know. I wasn't part of the conversation. I don't give a fuck. It ain't my money. I don't care. But all I do know is that the person he was trying to talk to get the money back was like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. You bought it yourself. Fuck you. You taking that hit. We ain't paying your shit. Fuck you. Get the fuck on. And this was little tiny man. Small motherfucker, right? And this dude was like, no, you're going to give me my fucking money. And he said, get the fuck out of my office. And he started yelling. They started yelling. So me and my homie, we got out. But then we heard screaming. And my man was in the window. His face was pressed up against the window. And he was like, help me. And nobody was gonna help him because we didn't like that motherfucker. I told you he came and he took over and tried to be the boss, but he wasn't the boss. And we don't like that motherfucker. So I'm looking, I'm laughing. I'm like, this shit is funny as fuck. Like, what the fuck is going on in there? Then he came out and he's like, I'm about to go to the hospital. And we're like, what you mean? We thought he was joking, but he really had to go to the hospital because he said my man twisted his arm up, twisted his wrist up, had him pinned up against the fucking door, like treated him like a little bitch. Mm-hmm. And he said he didn't want to fight him because he didn't want to jeopardize his job, right? Because he was trying to be like a higher up guy in the company. But here's the thing, I already was told 2 days ago that he wasn't getting that job. I already was told by one of the other hires up at the company that they didn't like what he was doing. He wasn't gonna get that job anyway. So he got his ass whooped, got fucked up, got his wrist fucked up for nothing. And I don't know if he can sue or not. I don't know, that's his business, that's his life. But he got him the fuck out real quick. Like he came in the next day with a wrist brace on, looking like a little bitch. I was just like, man, oh man, ain't enough money in the world. Ain't no motherfucker about to timmy me up on no fucking thing and twist my wrist and fuck me up like that. No motherfucking way. So I was cracking up at that. And the one last thing I want to say, so it was this kid there, and I liked him. We was friends. We worked together before. We had a rapport. I thought he was cool. I hung out with him. I like this guy a lot. But when I became the boss, the big bosses was looking at me, and one of the big bosses, one of the guys that I look up to, one of the guys that helped train me, one of the guys that kept me in this local, calls me up, says, hey, I just saw them two nitwits fucking up. And what they did was embarrassing. He was on the job site. He said, I just saw them two nitwits fucking up. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to local. It should be embarrassing to you. You want to be the boss? Mm-hmm. You want to be the boss? Get your fucking crew together. Handle your fucking business. Because I'm not looking at them. I'm looking to fuck at you. That's how he said. That's how he come out here on the phone, man. I'm like, oh, what? Wait. That's embarrassing. You shake the fuck up. Get it together. Be the boss that you're supposed to be. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I get them two together and I say, listen here, motherfuckers. Listen here. Don't do that to me. Don't fucking embarrass me. I'm doing my best here. I'm trying to be the man. I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm trying to be lean. I'm trying to, y'all fucked up already. We already established y'all done fucked up a couple of times. But I'm cool with it. I let y'all slip out. But now, no, that motherfucker not gonna talk to me like that. Okay, he called me a motherfucking embarrassment. So listen here, we're not gonna have it. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. And the one dude was like, my bad, bro, big for nothing was like, my bad, bro, I'm trying. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Eat some Wheaties. Eat some Wheaties, eat some oatmeal, get some breakfast, and you take some steroids. I don't know, do something, bro, because you got to get and now it's not even your physical, your mental fucked up too. Your physical was fucked up, but now your mental fucked up too, bro. Bro. Get busy with some shit because I ain't got time for this. And the guy who I thought was my friend was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of this shit. I've been getting yelled at this whole motherfucking time. I'm sick of it. And fuck you. And I'll admit he took a whole bunch of shit on that job. I'll admit he was getting yelled at. I'll admit he was getting blamed for a lot. I admit that he got put in a bad situation where he had to listen to this motherfucker, that motherfucker, this motherfucker, that motherfucker. I admit everything that he said was true about how he felt about the job site. I'm not knocking that. My only problem is I pulled him to the side personally. I said, listen, man, we friends, right? You my homie, right? He looked me in my eyes. Yeah, we friends. I'm your homie. We good. I said, well, listen, can you just not do this right now? For me, I'm trying to make a name for myself out here. I'm trying to be the boss. And right now I'm getting called by the man who makes me the boss, an embarrassment. And it was because of something you did. Okay? So please, as my friend, calm the fuck down and just try to get the fuck busy. And he said, fuck you. Like basically, he was like, no, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this. So then I was like, okay, we can still be friends later if you want. I'll still talk to you outside of this, but in this certain situation right now to protect me, to protect you, to protect everything. If you don't like what I'm telling you to do, if you don't like what I'm saying to you, I'm putting my boss boots on now. If you don't like what I'm saying to you, get your shit and get the fuck on out of here. That's what I told him. Get your shit and get the fuck out, bro. I don't need you here if you're not helping me help you, and you're not helping me help myself, and you embarrassing me, you making me I'm embarrassed. The best foreman in the local is called an embarrassment. Who the fuck? you think you doing? We friends and all, but if you take down my career, I'll take you out of here. You'll be gone, wiped out, planet, over, everything. Cancel Christmas, bitch. That's how I feel about that. You fucking with me and my shit. No, no. So if you don't like what I'm saying, get your shit, get the fuck out of here. He grabbed the shit, roll out, burn out, roll out, roll out, and I thought he was leaving. And I did in my heart, my soul, my mind, my body, my spirit. I did feel bad. I felt bad. I was like, damn, they had to go down like that. They didn't have to go down like that, but it was about to go way worse because my first thought was, okay, me and this motherfucker about to get our scrappy dappies on. I'm about to put hands and feet on him because you don't play with me like that. But you know what I'm saying? That wouldn't have helped me. That would have cost me the ball shit, cost me my job, got me kicked off, fired, all kinds of shit. It wouldn't help me. So I maintained my composure with that. But on my way back to the trailer for lunch, I get another call from the big boss again. And the big boss says, hey, man, the kid said he was getting stressed out. Said all of this shit was happening. He said he got put in a bad situation and he's sorry about what happened. He didn't mean it. And I think you should give him another chance. And I said, okay. All right. Since you want me to give him another chance after you know what this motherfucker did to me. Now he's talking nice though. I understand. I understand what he did to you. I understand it wasn't your fault. I understand maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe I was a part of this. Everything was cool. Apology accepted. Apology accepted. You know what I mean? I was happy with the situation. And I was like, I'm going to talk to him and I'm going to see if he got his mind right. If he's ready to go back out there, it's all good. But the funny thing is, Big for Nothing had took up. When he left, Big for Nothing was like, no, man, don't leave. And Big for Nothing came to me and said, don't do this. Don't do this. I like him, please. That's my teammate. Don't do this. I'm going to stand on him. And I said, hey, you can go to fuck with him. You can go with him. I don't need you neither. If you want to vouch for that motherfucker, get your shit too and be the fuck out. And he said, oh, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't going out like that. He was like, no, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna fall back, go ahead on. But the funny part about that situation was Big for Nothing took up for him. Now he claims he didn't say it is. I don't know, but the big boss said, and I quote, he also informed me that you got him working with this fucking dickhead who don't know shit about what he's doing. He said, and I quote, this fucking dickhead that don't know shit about what he put out there. Oh my God, Big for Nothing was taking up for him. He called the big boss and told him that Big for Nothing was a fucking dickhead. Fucking dickhead was the word. And I don't care. Because listen, I can say this now because we've all addressed it and we've moved past it. And if anybody got a problem with it, it's over. And if you come back to me, I'm going to be like, yo, dude, we talked about this. We addressed it. It's over. It was that job. It was stressful. I get it. It's over. But when he said that, I was just like, damn. And then Big for Nothing was all like, oh, you're going to let him back in? Thank you, man. And I said, oh, you might not want to apologize. He said, you're a fucking dickhead. And see, but I told the wrong guy. I told the shit starter about it, and he started the shit. He said, oh, yeah, you want to take up for him? He called you a fucking dickhead. He's like, a dickhead? He called me a dickhead. I'm just like, look. Let's not do that. It's all going through something. Let's let it go. But that job, you know, we got the job done. We made it through. We made up. We kumbaya that shit, and it was on to the next, on to the next one, on to the next, on to the next one. You know what I mean? But that was that job. It was a lot. I was stressed out. And then I went to this job. I started working for this company, right? And I went to this job, right? And guess what? One of my pal bitches was there, and I could say her name because guess what? She didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't do nothing to make this episode except be on the job. And her name's Angela. And Angela was there. And I was like, yeah, happy to see you here. I was so happy to see her. I was like, yes. So I was working down the bottom. She was working up top. And every morning, you know, good morning, Ange. Hey, baby. I see you. Sometimes I got to go up top, give a little hug, talk to her real quick, watch her work. Hey, baby, I see you. You know what I mean? We cool. We was having a good old time there. And it wasn't really that much dangerous and dumb shit going on there. But there was something on that job it was two things on that job that was like crazy to me. And it was insanely crazy because it's funny. Okay. So the first thing was I was working down bottom and it was this kid working with me. And his name is Joe. I can say his name is Joe because guess what? He didn't do nothing dumb neither. This is not a dangerously dumb situation. This is not an embarrassing situation. This kid Joe just worked down the bottom with me. And Angela would lean over the top. She'd say, hey, how you doing? And people would talk to us. Everybody on the job site would see us down bottom working. We hook up stuff and all this and all that. And nobody seemed to know who Joe was whenever he came up in conversations. I'd be up top and I would be talking to the supervision and I'd be like, yeah, Joe's down there doing such and such and such and such. And they would be like, who's Joe? And I'm like, Joe, the kid that's been working down there with me for fucking a month. Like, y'all don't, like, what? Like, didn't you hire him? And then I'd be talking to one of the fellow pile drivers and I'm like, listen, I'm not coming up here. Joe's going to be up here. I got something to do that. Who's Joe? Like, y'all do know there's somebody else down there with me. His name is Joseph. He's white. Y'all don't know? Y'all don't know this kid? He been here for months. Y'all don't know him? And then he went up top and worked for a little while up top. And I was talking to Angela and I'm like, yeah, Joe said to tell you what's up. And she was like, Joe who? What the fuck is going on? Like, what is this kid? I started thinking that maybe he was a motherfucking ghost and I was the only one who could see this motherfucker. I was just like, am I tripping? Is Joe real? If he's not real, I go to lunch with him, I eat with him, I sit with him, I talk to him every day, I work with him. Is he fake? Is he not real? Is he a figment of my motherfucking imagination? Because he is on his job. He's on his job and nobody seemed to know who he was. And I was just like, dude, you're going to have to start talking to folks. Like, you're going to have to start introducing yourself, saying hello, doing something, because nobody knows you. And you've been here for 2 motherfucking months. And it's just like every time I bring him up, it even was crazy. I went to another job with the same company, and they were like, we might need a guy there. And I was like, well, I can call Joe and see if he's available because he already been signed up with y'all before. And still, same thing, Joe who? And I said, Angela, you want me to see if Joe could come to this job? And Joe who? I said, God damn. I said, you know what? This kid has not made a lasting impression on these people because it was just astounding to me that nobody knew him. It was weird as fuck. He had me tripping on that job. Then there was another thing on this job. There was a young female operator that was floating my boat. I mean, like, oh my God. I was just like, bam! Couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. Every day I was just like, this girl is so good looking. Just so amazing. Just so everything that I love. She was the right height, the right tone. Skin tone, you know what I mean? The right look, the right body, just everything about her was just perfect for me. I was just like, damn. And I was telling Joe, like, Joe, that Joan hot as fuck. Like, she is the shit. Like, I like that. I really like that. And then, but she was too nice. I couldn't talk to her. She was too nice. She wasn't a heathen like me. I couldn't talk to her. Not that I wanted to. I wasn't trying to date her or nothing. I'm not a pervert. I wasn't trying to date her. I'm just acknowledging that she looked good to me. Like, she looked good to the motherfucker. Like, I would take her home if I had an opportunity to take her home. Not in that circumstance. I'm just saying, like, back in the day, if I was younger or when I was out here with the women, I would have, tried to holler at her. But in my time, in my situation, my lifestyle, I ain't with that. But still, she was up my alley, right? But she was like, you ever seen the Seinfeld episode where like the girl was pretty one minute, then you turn around again, she was ugly, and he was like, oh shit. Now, I ain't saying she was ever ugly, but I'm saying that there was a big difference in when she wore her regular clothes and when she wore her work bibs. It was like night and day, night and day, night and day. And it was funny because the one day that I decided to tell Joseph how good looking she was, Joseph comes down, he goes up, he takes a little peek, he comes back down, hey man, she ain't all that. He looked me right in my face and she ain't all that, man. She corny, kind of corny. Like, I don't know what you're seeing and I don't know what's going on. I said, maybe you're looking at the wrong one. Angela's up there. There's another girl up there too that I ain't saying she ugly, but I'm saying we weren't looking at her. So I was like, maybe you looked at her. And he was like, no. You told me her name. I know who she is. I know. I saw her. She ain't all that. And I was like, this motherfucker tripping. Then she came downstairs to go to lunch. She walked right up to us and she was like, y'all want something from the lunch thing? Y'all want some, soda juice, whatever? We'll bring it back. I was like, oh, who are you? Like, it was that deep. I was like, oh, that ain't that. And so then I had to go back to Joe and I was like, that's her. And he's like, that's her, right? I'm like, yeah, that's her, but it ain't her. Something's wrong. Something's off. She having a bad day. I don't know what's going on. And then then he saw her another day and he came down and he said, oh, she looking good today. She looking right today. I see what you was talking about. I'm like, What happened? And we determined that when she wears her like overalls and her like work bib stuff, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. It's like when she wears her regular blue jeans and her regular clothes. It's just, I don't know. It hits different. It hits different. So it's like, okay, she's one of those that don't look better at work. Like her work clothes is not better than her regular lifestyle clothes or something, because it was days that she didn't wear her bibs and I was like, And it was days that she wore her bibs and I ain't even paying no mind. I just said good morning, kept it moving. You know what I mean? So that was weird too. That was like crazy fucked up. But that job was cool because nothing dangerous really happened. Nothing dumb really happened. Like me and Joe was cool. Angela was cool. But I'm just saying, like, those are the two things that like strike me on that job, that nobody didn't know who he was. And this girl was changing from night and day just depending on what she had on at the time. And so yeah, I have to go with that. And let me see what else. Oh, okay. I have one more job. I was on this job, this pile driving job, where we was doing like auger care, so it's grout and it's dirty, and you got to chip piles and you got to do stuff. And the shit starter was there with me, and there was this other kid there with me that I just met that was okay. So the shit starter dude is like the lowest dude on the mental totem pole in our local. And then this kid showed up and he's mentally on a lower level than that dude. Like he is definitely bang zoom to the moon out there. Like I don't understand it. Like I don't know what mentality this kid has. He's a cool kid. He's funny as hell, but he's just not, everything up top not working. His elevator is not going to the top floor. And he was there. It was this other kid there that was black that was helping me out. It was good. And it was this other kid there that was big for something. You know, my man's was big and he was big for something. Like my man's was putting in the heavy work. And BFN was there too. And then on that job, I found out that BFN does not only have a physical strength deficiency, he has a little bit of a mental deficiency too. Like he wasn't as smart, Eve. And I had to give him the whole, yo, dude, you need to figure it out, you know, because you're not acting too bright. Your intelligence level is not where it needs to be. Your strength is not where it needs to be. You're not going to make it. I'm giving you good advice. Get your brain up, get your weight up, get your strength up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I kept telling him. He wasn't listening. And the other kid, the mental case, he kept coming to me and asking me for stuff to do, but he wasn't accomplishing nothing I was sending him to do. It'd be like, hey, boss, I'm here, boss. What do you want me to do, boss? And I'm like, go over there and chip that down, handle that, blah, 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 do that. And I give him direct instructions. And then 10 minutes later, I look and that motherfucker's over here doing something different. And I go over there and I go, hey, why you over here? Fuck is you doing over here? You know, I'm over here because I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm shoveling this out. And I'm getting it, boss. I'm working hard. And I'm like, you're working hard on something I didn't tell you the fuck to do? You're working hard on something that we don't even need to be done? And let me go back to what I told you to do. Come on, walk me over here. And we walk back over here. And did this look right to you? Do this look like what the fuck I said to do? And he's like, no, that's absolutely not what you told me to do, but that's what I did. I was like, you did that. You telling me to do that. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, yo, this is wild that you did that. And you did it wrong. And I'm telling you did it wrong. And you just like, yeah, I fucked that up. Don't care. Not a care in the fucking world, bro. And I'm just like this motherfucker. But he's funny though. I like him. Like he's a funny kid, but this shit is crazy, right? And let me tell you the other thing. So we had a chop saw, and I said, listen, I know that chop saw on this shit, scoring this shit is a bad, terrible motherfucking job. I'm the boss. I don't want to do it. It's fucked up. It's a terrible job. So I said, who wants to do it? This kid goes, I'll do it, boss. I'll do it, boss. Me. Count on me. Rely on me. And I give it to him and I say, go ahead. Thank you. That's the kind of attitude I want to hear. Follow his lead, everybody. He wants to do this shit, right? I give it to him, and he probably made the smartest decision in his life. He didn't do it. Not at all. Didn't even attempt the shit. Went over there and just stayed over there and did not do nothing. And that was probably the smartest decision in this kid's life. Because I got over there and I said, what the fuck is going on, kid? And he goes, I never used this thing before. It seems kind of dangerous, and I'm nervous about it. And I don't think I'm the right guy to be doing it. And I said, why in the fuck did you raise your hand and volunteer for this job? Why in the fuck did you say, I'll do it, boss, if you never touched this machine? And when you got over here and you realized that you might have been fucking up, that you might have made the wrong decision, why didn't you tell me? Why did it take me to look around for a half a fucking hour and figure out that you wasn't doing the shit that I told you to do? And then I come over here and you tell me you're not confident. But you raised your hand with confidence. You said, I'll do it, boss, with confidence, and then you fucked up. You don't want to do it. But that was smart, though, because I didn't want you to fuck yourself. I didn't want you to cut yourself. I didn't want you to do nothing wrong. I didn't want you to get interested. That was smart. But you should have told me 30 minutes ago. You should have told me when you first determined that you was fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. So I had to get into a conversation with him, and I had to, like, try to square him up. But he's all right. I guess he's doing better now. I mean, he's a nitwit, but, I mean, he might be doing better now. Who knows? We'll see about it. And then the other guy, the shit starter, right? I'll just call him that. He fucking, so we had these bars that we had to screw in, right? And this is the first time that I think that the shit starter, the nitwit, the local, I ain't gonna say that word, but y'all know what I was gonna say. He figured something out smart. He said, hey, we got old bars that we took out here that might be the right size to go where the new bars go. So let's put them in there. It'll work. He went and got a whole bunch of the old bars and he put them in. And the big boss came over and said, hey, man, where you get these bars from? And he said, oh, I found these bars on the job site, but they're the right height, they're the right length, they're the right bars, so I can screw them in. He said, no, we want to use the new bars. But the new bars are long as fuck. They got to be cut, they got to be put in. And he just spent a whole hour, like, carrying these bars over there, and they ain't light. They was heavy. And the guy said, no, we don't want to use them. Take them out, put them down. And he looked at me and he said, absolutely fucking not, Tyrone. I'm fucking not doing that. I just carried them motherfuckers over here. I just found them over here. They fit. They're working. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but fuck you, fuck him, fuck this job. I'm not doing it. And I was just like, I don't really blame you. I don't see why we can't use those bars. You ain't wrong. And we got a bunch of young kids. Big for Nothing was there. The young kid was there. I was like, hey, man, listen, you've been in for 20 years. I know you ain't the boss. I'm the boss, but look. Tell them motherfuckers to go ahead and do it. You got seniority, go ahead and break it down. You did your part, you know? And I was proud of him. He did his part. He stood together. He stood on business, but he was like, hey, we're not doing it again. So he was cool. That was good. That was cool. And the last story I'm going to tell y'all about this job was okay. So I had the Big for Something working with the Big for Nothing. And I see the Big for Something humping. And I see the Big for Nothing being Big for Nothing again. And the Big for Something goes, hey, man, hey, Tyrone, I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm humping. I'm doing all this shit. That motherfucker just as big as me, and he ain't doing the fucking thing. And I go, all right. And what the fuck you want me to do? So he throws this little shovel. He throws the shovel down, and the shovel hits Big for Nothing. And Big for Nothing goes, hey, don't throw no fucking shovel at me, dog. And Big for Something goes, you a fucking nut. You big for fucking nothing. I will knock you right the fuck out. Who you talking to? Do some fucking work, you fucking bum. And Big for Nothing goes, I ain't no fucking bum. Who the fuck is you talking to? And he stood on business for a second. He had that chest out for a second. And my man said, yeah, have that same energy at lunchtime. Have that same energy at lunchtime, because at lunchtime, guess what? Since you want to be like this, at lunchtime, I'm knocking you the fuck out. No rap. It's on sight. As soon as lunch comes, bing, bong, you're done. Big for Something said that to Big for Nothing, and Big for Nothing said, we'll see, motherfucker. But then Big for Nothing said something stupid. He said, do it now. Do it now, motherfucker. And I go, no, he can't do it now. He can't do it now because we's working now. We's working now. We're on the job site now. I'm here now. Everybody's here now. I'm the boss. I'm not letting it happen now. At lunchtime, though, I'm getting some popping corns. You know what I'm saying? At lunchtime, I'm going to get the popping corns because I'm with it. Because both of y'all big. This is not an unfair matchup. And guess what? I don't know you that well. I don't know him that well. So this is something I want to see. So, yeah, at lunchtime, y'all can get that shit cracking. But here on the job site, no. And Big Something said that. He said, oh, you think you're gonna fight me on the job site? Ain't nobody gonna let us fight on the site. But at lunchtime when we go out these gates, it's none of their business. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking it's going down for real. And when we get outside the gate, Big for Something's like, what the fuck's up? What's up? Now, Big for Something was willing to let it go. Me and him was walking to lunch. We was gonna go get some chicken. He was willing to let it go, but Big for Nothing walked up on us and he turned around and he said, "Oh, you really about it? You about it? You want to do this?" And Big for Nothing goes like, "I'm just saying, I wanted to know what was the problem. I'm trying to squash the shit." And Big for Something was just like, "All right, you want to squash the shit? Shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing else." And Big for Nothing goes, "I ain't no fucking bum though. Tyrone, you know I'm not no fucking bum." And I go, "No, you're not a bum. You try. You don't succeed a lot. You know what I'm saying? You don't succeed a lot, but you at least put forth an effort. You know what I'm saying?" And Big Something's like, "Yeah, I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though. You weak as fuck. You nutty. I'll knock you the fuck out. What you want to do?" And Big Nothing's like, "I don't want to do nothing. No, we cool. We squash it." And I was just like, mm. Sounds like you big for nothing at the job. And in these streets, and in these streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, but we cool. We cool. Everything's cool. There's no more beef. But I was just, at that time, I was like, yo, this motherfucker here. But, but that's what happens. We get into fights. We like a family. We fight, but we love each other. We make up. We finished that job with no incidents. We broke bread over some fried chicken from the gas station, some crispy crunchy. It was good. It was good. Everything. And the other kid, the Riri, I don't want to say Riri, that's a bad word. I don't know. The other kid that was like that I said was mentally challenged, he bought me some beer. And he told me that he goes fishing a lot. He was supposed to bring me some fish. I ain't get my fish yet. I'm gonna fuck him up about that too. I really am. I'm gonna see him about that. But he was cool. And so we had a good time. So I think that's my episode. But guess what? Guess what? This is gonna be a volume because we on 4 already, and I'm still working. I still got about 8 to 10 more years to be out here getting it, unless y'all start watching this podcast or follow me on TikTok. Because like, if I become an influencer, you can chalk this shit. I'm not gonna be out here in this cold, this heat, this hot, this dangerous lifestyle with these nitwits. I'm not about to do that. So if y'all listening to this podcast, y'all following this whole shit, then we can get it popping, and I can get the fuck out of here. Help me, help me. But until then, I'm gonna be doing this shit. And until then, best believe volume 5, 6, 7, we might get up to 10 of these motherfuckers because it's dangerous and it's fucking dumb as shit. And with that, I'm gonna say toodaloo. I'll see you next time. I don't got no shout outs this week. Nobody really been fucking with me this week. Nobody asked me for no shout outs. Nobody gave me nothing to promote. I ain't getting no new music from none of my rappers. So this week it's a shout out less. But shout out to the Power bitches, I guess. That I can shout them out again. But that's it. So I'll holler at y'all. Thanks for listening and watching. See you soon.